Very good morning to all my kids. Welcome to our online e-learning classes. Student, chapter 3 which has been completed in the live classes, but for the future use, I am going to prepare the video of chapter 3, synthetic fibers and plastic, for you only. So in this chapter we will learn about the fibers. What are fibers? How many types of fibers are there? Synthetic and natural fibers. Different kinds of synthetic fibers, rayon, acrylic, polyester. We will learn about that. After that, why we use synthetic fibers, what is the purpose of using synthetic fibers, and what is plastic, how many types of plastics are there, which is better one, and finally what is the effect of plastic on our environment. So children, as you know that this chapter is important. We have completed the explanation as well as the exercise, but for the revision purpose I am making this video. So please watch the video from the school app. Let us start our today's video. Children, chapter 3, synthetic fibers in plastic. The explanation of this chapter we have completed in our regular classes, but for the revision purpose I am again making this video for you. So synthetic fibers and plastics, let us start the video. This video will be uploaded in the school app and you will watch from there. Now, the clothes which we wear and the things, the fabric which you can see in the surrounding, like in the form of towels, in the form of curtains, in the form of bed sheets, pillow covers, different kinds of uniforms, these all are made by the fabrics. And fabrics means different kinds of materials. Fabrics are made from fibers, fine thread-like structure, which are fibers which are obtained either naturally or by the artificial sources. Means there are certain sources. As you know, we can divide the fibers into two parts: natural and artificial, according to the origin. So natural sources or natural fibers are natural sources are those like which occurs naturally in the atmosphere, in the surrounding, okay, like the plants, like the animals, okay. Whereas the artificial sources like the chemicals and chemical substances, okay. So on the basis of these two sources, the fibers are also of two kinds: natural fibers as well as the artificial fibers. So natural fibers you can distinguish easily by touching it, by seeing the shine, luster, etc. By wearing, after the wearing these kind of natural and artificial cloths, natural and artificial fabrics, which are made by the natural fibers or the artificial fibers, there is a vast difference between them. Some are comfortable, other are very uncomfortable. So you can easily identify these two fibers, okay. So natural fibers are those fibers which are obtained. Natural fibers, see, natural fibers are like the cotton, wool and silk. These are obtained from plants or animals. So these are natural because they are obtained from the natural sources, so that is why they are natural fibers. Synthetic fibers, on the other hand, synthetic fibers are made by the human beings. That is why they are called synthetic or man-made fibers, okay. These are the definitions. Now, what are the synthetic fibers? For this we will see these two pictures, A and B. Beads and the paper clip, which are attached in a long chain way. So what are synthetic fibers actually? Try to recall the uniform pattern in a necklace beads. You can see this is a necklace where the beads are arranged in a sequence, okay, and these clips are also attached with each other in a proper sequence in a chain like structure, okay. So synthetic fiber is also a chain of small units joined together. Each small unit is actually a chemical substance many such small units. When these single units like this, a bead is a single unit. When a single bead is attached with other, so other one and other one is attached with the next one, so these are there are so many beads. Okay, similarly a single unit is attached with so many other smaller units, so they are known as polymer. Poly means many and mer means unit. So these polymer is a word which is of a Greek word. Okay, it is a Greek word which means many unit, many smaller parts. So polymer, these artificial or synthetic fibers are made by the smaller so many units which are joined together. Okay, so these are known as polymers. So we can say that synthetic fibers are made by the polymers. Okay, polymers occur in nature also, like cotton for example is a polymer called cellulose. Okay, cellulose is made up of large number of glucose units. Type of synthetic fibers, there are so many names. So we can we have already read about the rayon, the nylon. Okay, so the polyester and acrylic, these are certain names. So rayon, you know, these are the artificial silk. We can say the rayon is an artificial silk, which are obtained by the wood pulp. Okay, but the origin is actually a natural thing, but by the chemical treatment of wood pulp we can prepare the artificial silk or rayon. Okay, so this is the basic characteristic feature of rayon. Rayon is an artificial silk. It is obtained by the wood pulp, but by the chemical treatment of when the wood pulp is chemically treated, then only we will get the artificial silk. Okay, they are very lustrous, like shiny or lustrous like a silk. Okay, natural silk, but it is a cheaper product. Cost is very low as compared to the natural original silk. Okay, these rayon is mixed with cotton to make bed sheets or mixed with wool to make carpets. See, okay. Now the nylon is another man-made artificial fiber. Okay, nylon is also a man-made artificial fiber. It was made without using any natural raw material. It means in the nylon there is no natural product. Okay, there is no natural raw material. It was prepared from coal, water and air. This is an important line, children. It is obtained or it was prepared from coal, water and air. It was the first fully synthetic fiber. Nylon fiber was very stronger, it has elasticity and lighter in weight. It having a lustrous shine. It is a shinier material or fiber or fabric and easy to wash. Okay, it is very popular. It is a very popular fabric. We use many articles like nylon, like socks, ropes, tents, toothbrushes, car seat belts, sleeping bags, curtains, etc. Okay, so these are the things which are made by the nylon. Nylon fibers are very stronger, so we can use, or the people use, the nylon parachutes and ropes for rock climbing. Okay, you can see these all ropes and parachutes are made by the nylon. Okay, now the polyester and acrylic. What are polyester and acrylic? Polyester is another synthetic fiber. This is another synthetic fiber. Fabric made from this fiber does not get wrinkled easily. These are wrinkle free. Okay, and easy to wash and suitable for making different dress materials. Okay, you can easily see the polyester shirts in your wardrobes in your home. Okay, Terylene is a popular polyester. Terylene is the name of a popular polyester. Okay, so this is all about the polyester. Now polyester meaning. Actually the polyester means, what is the meaning of polyester? Okay, polyester, this is a very important paragraph. You can learn it. plus ester is actually made up of repeating units of a chemical called an ester. Ester is a group, chemical group, and poly means, as you know, many. When many ester are attached in a chain or repeatedly they are attached, then we will get polyester. Esters are the chemicals which give fruity smell. Fruit-like smell they have. Fabrics are sold by names like polycot, polywool, terrycot. These are the names. So different names of the polyester. As the name suggests that these are the mixed fabric. When polyester is mixed with cotton, we will get polycot. Cot, the short form of cotton. When the polyester is mixed with wool, we will get polywool. Okay, so this is a mixed fabric. Okay. On the other hand, we wear sweaters and shawls, the woolens or blankets in the winters. Many of these are actually not a natural wool. Okay, but they look or resemble like the wool. These are prepared from another type of synthetic fiber called acrylic. Acrylic is another synthetic fiber which is having a similar features like a wool, but they are artificial wool. We can say they are artificial wool. The wool obtained from natural sources is quite expensive, whereas the wool which are chemically prepared, which are artificially prepared by the synthetic fiber, they are available in the different colors. They are relatively cheap in the cost wise. They are more durable and affordable. They are very popular among the common citizen. Okay, these all are the different kinds of synthetic fibers. Now, what are the characteristics of synthetic fiber? One more thing is the petrochemicals. All the synthetic fibers are prepared by a number of processes using raw materials of petroleum origin. This is petrochemical, most important point for the exam. Characteristics of synthetic fibers. There are so many characteristic features. And synthetic fibers, we can say that synthetic fibers are durable, they are easily handled, we can handle easily, they are washable, they having good luster, they are cost effective, stronger. So these are the certain features and characteristic features which makes the artificial fiber or synthetic fiber popular. Now about the plastic. What is plastic actually? So plastic is what? You can see every material in your surrounding. Maximum things are made by the plastic. The wardrobes are also made by the plastic. The chairs, the tiffin boxes, the water bottles, showpieces, different kinds of things are made by the plastic. Okay, so we can say plastic is also a polymer, like a synthetic fiber. All plastics do not have the same type of arrangement. Plastics are also polymer like a synthetic fiber. Okay, they are two kinds. There are two kind of plastics, and these two kinds are actually due to the arrangement. Their arrangement, how the plastics have the units are arranged. When the units are arranged in a linear way, we will get the thermoplastic. This is the normal common type of plastic. Maximum things maximum plastic waste are made by the thermoplastic, which having this kind of arrangement. On the other hand, the second type of plastic is a thermosetting plastic. These thermosetting plastics are special type of plastic which whose arrangement are like this. This is a cross-linked arrangement. So due to these arrangement, we have two kinds of plastics. First is thermoplastic, another is thermosetting plastic. Thermoplastic is the plastic which we can easily mold it into different shapes, into different colors, and they can be recycled, reused. Okay, they can be melted, they can be rolled into various kind of sheets, mats, wires. These are the items which are made by the thermoplastics. Some examples are the PVC, polyvinyl chloride, and the polythene. Okay, polythene is the bag, poly bag, in which you usually keep your food stuff or the grocery or vegetable items. Whereas thermosetting plastic, like the examples are bakelite and melamine. Okay, they can, all the handles, these thermosetting plastics are used in the making of electric switches, handles of various utensils. Melamine is a versatile material. It resists fire and can tolerate heat better than other plastics. So they are heat resistant. So they are used in the handle making, and in the handle making of the different utensils. Okay, in the kitchenware actually. In the floor tiles, melamines are used in the floor tiles. Okay, so these are the example of thermosetting plastic. You can see here the articles which are made by the thermosetting plastic. You can see the articles which are made by the thermoplastic. This is the difference. Okay, they can be molded, they can be recycled, they can be reused. They are in the different colors and shapes. Okay, they cannot be molded again, they cannot be recycled, they having a specific color. Okay, so this is the basic difference. Now plastic as a material of choice. Nowadays people are using the plastic ware for every purpose, for storing a food, water, milk, pickles, dry fruit, dry food items. So these are maximum things are made by the plastic because of the durability, because of the lightweight. This is why the people are using plastic so much, because they have lightweight, lower price, good strength and easy handling. Okay, we can handle it easily. Okay, so this is the reason so many furnitures are made by the plastic, decorative items, slippers, everything. Okay, plastic is non-reactive. This is also one of the reasons why plastics are used in the keeping foods, because the plastic are non-reactive with the air, with the water. Okay, say they are non-corrosive. Okay, they are not destroyed easily by the water, by the activity of water and by the activity of air. Plastic is lighter in weight, stronger and durable. Okay, so these are certain points why we are using plastic so much. Plastics are poor conductors. They are poor conductors. They do not allow heat and electricity to pass through them. So wires have plastic covering and handles of screwdrivers are made by plastics. Okay, these are the reasons. Did you know? This is also an important thing. Plastics find extensive use in the healthcare industry. This plastic enters in our healthcare industry also, in packaging of tablets, thread used for stitching wounds, syringes, doctor gloves and number of medical instruments. Okay, special plastic cookware is used in microwave oven for cooking food. Okay, now, but plastic is very harmful for the environment, right? Because we can divide our plastic into two parts, biodegradable and non-biodegradable. As the biodegradable plastics gets decomposed by the natural processes, by the action of certain bacteria, they will mix in the soil easily. But the other non-biodegradable plastics cannot be decomposed easily by the natural processes, by the action of certain bacteria. So they are non-biodegradable. They remain as it is in the soil for a longer period of time. So they damage our environment, they pollute our environment. Okay, so we have to aware about the materials which are biodegradable or they are non-biodegradable in nature, and according to their identification, according to their types, we have to divide these plastics into different parts. We have to keep these so many garbages we will collect and we will throw in the dustbins. So we have to keep all the things on the basis of biodegradable and non-biodegradable nature, so that it will be easier for recycle, reduce, reuse, recycle and recover. Okay, so this is the all chapter about the chapter. Now children, if you have any query, then you can ask me again. Hopefully you have understood the chapter. So this is all for today. Thank you for watching this video.